Look around the animal kingdom, and you'll find an astonishing variety of body shapes and sizes. Some animals have massive horns. Others have enormous tails. Some have bright feathers designed to attract mates. Humans are no different. Our bodies vary in countless ways, from height and eye color to muscle mass and facial features. Among these differences is penis size, a topic that has fascinated people for centuries. Why do some men have larger penises while others have smaller ones? Did ancient humans play a role in this variation? And what does evolution tell us about one of the most talked about parts of the human body? The answer begins millions of years ago. Long before cities, agriculture, or even modern humans existed, our ancestors were evolving in the forests and grasslands of Africa. Like every species, early humans were shaped by natural selection. Traits that improved survival and reproduction tended to be passed on to future generations. But not every trait evolved because it provided a major advantage. Some traits simply varied naturally within populations. Just as people today differ in height, hand size, and foot size, ancient humans also differed in many physical characteristics. Biological variation is a normal part of life. In fact, without variation, evolution itself would be impossible. Every generation contains differences. Some are small, some are large, and together they create the diversity we see today. When scientists study human anatomy, they find that penis size varies across individuals just as many other body traits do. Most of this variation is influenced by genetics. Genes inherited from parents help determine countless aspects of physical development. Nutrition, health during childhood, and hormonal factors can also influence growth. This means that no single ancient tribe, population, or prehistoric event can explain why one person has a larger or smaller penis than another. The story is far more complex. To understand why, we need to examine human evolution itself. Humans evolved under unique conditions. Unlike many animals, we developed large brains, long childhoods, and highly cooperative social structures. As a result, reproductive success often depended on far more than physical anatomy alone. Intelligence, cooperation, communication, social status, and the ability to form relationships all became important factors in human survival. This reduced the pressure for extreme anatomical specialization seen in some other species. Consider animals such as peacocks. Male peacocks evolved extravagant tails because females often preferred males with larger, more impressive displays. Over many generations, this preference produced dramatic physical differences. Humans followed a different evolutionary path. While physical attraction certainly played a role, our ancestors also valued traits that helped build stable families and communities. The ability to provide resources, protect offspring, cooperate with others, and contribute to the group. These factors influenced reproductive success as much as appearance. Scientists often compare humans to our closest living relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos. These comparisons provide clues about how human reproductive traits evolved. Our anatomy reflects a unique evolutionary history that differs from both species. Rather than evolving toward extreme competition based solely on physical traits, humans developed a combination of social bonding, cooperation, and parental investment. This helps explain why many human characteristics show moderate variation rather than extreme differences. Another common misconception is that larger size automatically leads to greater reproductive success. Scientific research does not support such a simple conclusion. Human relationships are influenced by a wide range of factors, including personality, emotional connection, communication, cultural values, and mutual attraction. Throughout history, societies have placed different levels of importance on physical traits. What is considered attractive can vary dramatically across cultures and time periods. Ancient humans likely had their own preferences and social norms. But survival often depended more on teamwork and cooperation than on individual physical characteristics. As modern science advanced, researchers began measuring human anatomical variation across large populations. Their findings revealed an important fact. Most people fall within a relatively narrow range of variation. Extreme differences are uncommon. This pattern is typical for many human traits. Height varies, weight varies, facial features vary, and so do reproductive organs. These differences are part of the normal spectrum of human biology. Genetics remains one of the most important factors. Each person inherits a unique combination of genes from their parents. Those genes influence growth and development long before birth. Hormones, particularly during puberty, also play a major role in determining adult anatomy. Nutrition and overall health during childhood can further influence development. Because so many factors interact, there is no single explanation for size variation. The story becomes even more fascinating when we consider our ancient ancestors. Over hundreds of thousands of years, humans survived ice ages, migrations, droughts, and environmental changes. Populations mixed and moved across continents. Genetic diversity increased. This diversity became one of humanity's greatest strengths. It allowed our species to adapt to a wide variety of environments. The same genetic diversity that produced differences in skin color, height, facial features, and body shape also contributes to variation in many other traits. In other words, human diversity is not a flaw. It is one of the reasons our species succeeded. Today, discussions about penis size are often influenced by myths, social pressures, and unrealistic portrayals in media. These influences can create misunderstandings about what is normal. But from a scientific perspective, variation is expected. It has always existed. And it has existed throughout human history. The evidence suggests that ancient humans, like modern humans, displayed a range of physical characteristics. No single body type defined our species. No ancient population can be blamed or credited for modern variation. Instead, the diversity we see today reflects millions of years of evolution and countless generations of genetic inheritance. Perhaps the most important lesson from evolutionary science is that human success was never determined by one physical trait. Our ancestors survived because they cooperated. They communicated. They formed communities. They cared for their children. And they adapted to changing environments. These qualities helped transform a small population of hunter-gatherers into the dominant species on Earth. So why do some people have smaller penises while others have larger ones? The answer is surprisingly simple. Because humans are diverse. Because genetics varies from person to person. And because evolution produces differences within every population. It is the same process that gives us different heights, voices, faces, and countless other characteristics. The story is not about one ancient ancestor or one prehistoric event. It is the story of human diversity itself. And that diversity has been with us since the very beginning of humanity.